All right, well, thank you everyone for joining us for this marketing webinar, 25 low to no cost digital marketing tools. So just a little bit about us before we get started. We are a nonprofit organization, the Small Business Development Center up here in Northern California. So we help businesses with no cost advising as well as low to no cost trainings such as this one. We are funded by the Small Business Administration as well as the state of California. So that's how we're able to provide our services. All right, and here's just a little bit of our team. So we have lots of advisors locally as well as Northern California region. So lots of different experts, whether it's funding, marketing, HR, expansion, etc. We have lots of different advisors to pull from. All right, and then just a little bit about what we've done in the past couple of years, how we've helped businesses, help them get funding, increase sales, get employees, start a business, different things like that.
I just love this slide. It's so powerful.
It is. All right, and then we do have to read our disclaimer because we are not attorneys, so just want to make sure that you're aware of this. So the information provided in this webinar and any supplementary materials provided to registrants are intended for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute professional, financial, or legal advice. No registrant should act or fail to act on the basis of any material contained in this webinar without obtaining proper financial, legal, or other professional advice specific to their situation. The Northern California Small Business Development Center and its host, the Cal Poly Humboldt Sponsored Programs Foundation, specifically disclaims any liability, loss, or risk, personal or otherwise, which is incurred as a consequence, directly or indirectly, of the use and application of any of the information presented in this webinar. All right, and then I did also want to mention that we are going to be giving you a recording link for this webinar, as well as a copy of the PowerPoint. So you'll get that after this webinar is over. And then we'll also give you information if you're not located in the Northern California region. There is an SBDC near you if you are in the US. So we'll give you information on how to locate your local SBDC. But yeah, I'll go ahead and hand it off to Lani Lott, our presenter for today. So,
Great.
All right.
Thank you, Emily, and welcome everybody. I'm so excited to be with you today, this morning. This is my little brief bio. I have been providing services for the Shasta-Cascade Small Business Development Center, as well as other centers in Northern California for a number of years, working with small businesses at all stages of their development. And I am passionate about small business. I believe in small business, and I'm always honored to be able to be part of your planning and advising process. That's my little sidekick, Charlie, and I put him in there only because he often likes to chime in during my webinars, and he has a lot to say sometimes about the topic that I'm presenting on. So I give him a little bit of a shout out from the beginning. So when you hear him, you'll know that he's just also passionate about what I'm talking about, or he's bored with me, or the postman's at the door. You choose. But anyways, so let's just jump right into today's topic. We're going to, briefly talk about the benefits of using digital marketing tools. And then I really don't go in depth here because since the pandemic, many of us have had to turn to digital marketing and digital tools to either network, prospect, promote our business, get our products and services out into the hands of our customers. Basically, for almost a year, we were all doing things via virtual, including myself as a consultant that had, prior to the pandemic, I was doing in-person workshops for the SBDCs, traveling to the center, doing the presentations in person, seeing live bodies in the seats. And then, March 17, 2020, everything pivoted to the 180 degrees. And I too had to start doing virtual webinars. So we're all in the same boat together, and many of us are still using our virtual marketing tools to reach our customers, and or also coming back in person and balancing the two together. I'm going to go through about 25 of the marketing tools that I have kind of categorized in different areas that, and I'm not recommending one over the other. As an SBDC advisor, we really don't recommend one tool over another. That's really up to you to see if it fits for your business needs or your marketing needs. But I do cover them in for, things that are out there to help with design, help with curation, content creation, surveying, all kinds of different areas that often you need a virtual tool. These are mostly web-based. I don't go into apps that much, but knowing that many of the web-based tools also have apps. If you are using apps either for your, your computer or for your mobile, or however you're reaching your customer bases virtually. So, and I'm not going to go deep into the particulars of each tool. It's really a high level, and you're going to get my PowerPoint presentation back, and I have links to all of the tools that I'm talking about, so you can then link on them, go in there and see what else they offer. A lot of them have tutorials, a lot of them have free trials, a lot of them are free, and you may have used a few and say, oh, I didn't like that one, or oh, I love that one, and that's great too. So just know this is for your information to kind of just give you, another look at what's out there, and what's out there today may be very different than what's out there tomorrow. So why are we using digital marketing tools? Why should you consider using them? Well, I'm guessing why would you not consider using them even in 2022? We're continually seeing the value of, oops, better turn off my phone, the value of using and going virtual. Of course, for communication, and that would be as simple as, email, constant email marketing, just your email box that you're responding to your clients or your customers on questions, whether you're using WhatsApp or WhatsApp, or you're using Messenger for just communicating. And with the pandemic, that virtual is one of the only ways that we really could talk directly and communicate directly, not only with our customers, but our employees, our vendors, our suppliers, our support organizations. And so, of course, digital marketing tools for communication and like today, using Zoom to be able to do this webinar has been incredibly valuable. And I was telling Emily the other day, I wish I had bought some stock in Zoom in 2019, because who would have ever guessed, right? We use it for customer service, whether that is a pop-up for a direct message that you're not in the office, but leave a message and we'll get back to you, or even to the point where we're seeing a lot of the customer pop-ups for actually chats, right? And cell phones have had, cell phone services, when you call in, have had the chat. Would you like to chat 24/7 with someone? You're chatting over through email or a chat box. And we're even seeing the health and wellness and the medical services go into more of that 24/7 chat with a live person on the other end, I guess. And then visual content design, very, very valuable, especially for, creating those type of content that you're pushing out through your social media channels, or putting on your website, or you're putting in your email marketing. So that visual content design, it gives you, a lot of tools that are out there to enhance that. Now, the best, social media content that we have is that you create organically, but having the ability to design it, use backdrops, some of the things that Canva, which would be one that I talk about, gives you a lot more flexibility and options, right? Keeping your team engaged, of course, that is whether it's with Zoom meetings, whether it's through platform that is management, a scheduling management app or tool. For us here at the Shasta-Cascade SBDC, we have quarterly team meetings. We all Zoom in. And for those who cannot make it, we record it, then we send it out. So everybody is still in the loop. We just may not all be in the same building together. And then, of course, the management software that helps, keep schedule of projects and who's doing what and updating that so that if you're, coordinating 5 or 6 or 7 different individuals or team members, you can keep that schedule on track. Assisting with market research, really valuable. Oh my gosh. I remember the day when you have to go down to the library and get the magazines and then have to do market research the old-fashioned way. Google really and Bing and all of the search engines have really changed the market research format. And assisting with market research, not only using Google to search something like your competitors or your industry or new trends, but really reaching out internally to your customers using some of the survey tools that are out there. Managing your social media platforms. Yes, yes. If you are like a lot of businesses, you may have 3 or 4 different social media platforms and trying to keep them all, coordinated, organized across your calendar. So there's tools that help with that. Staying organized, more efficient and productive, and then also supporting prospecting leads in the sales funnel. There's all those tools. So lots of reasons. Is there any reasons why we would not want to use digital marketing tools? Well, sometimes there is. We're balancing storefronts with trying to, have online store or online shopping and with in person. So, you're going to be looking at hybrids that way. Other than maybe sometimes doing everything virtually can get, kind of like overwhelming, or you're missing some human contact. Other than that, I can't really think of any reasons why we wouldn't want to be looking at 1 or 2 ways that we're really using some of our marketing tools. Okay, so let's just jump into the first one. And this is for industry research. This is how I'm kind of categorizing. Now, I don't use all of these. I have vetted these for you to see that some that are free or low cost and read their websites and have their correct links. But I, by far, don't use every single one of these. If I did, I would be crazy, right? I would have no time for anything. I wouldn't have time for my Charlie. So Data Scrape, it's free with upgrade options. It is a free Chrome extension that allows you to download any form of data from the website. And then it extracts that data out of HTML web pages and imports it into a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. And why would you be using this? Is because if you're looking for information on contact information from professional profiles or social media connections to support display campaigns and or outreach, Data Scrape will help you with that. For example, you can extract names and phone numbers from an online directory. You just have to define your filters. And then you get a 500-page scrape per month for their free tool, enough for a small business to medium-sized marketers. And then they have, if you need more, then it's $20 to $200 a month. So that's interesting, right? Okay, so think with Google. I do use this. This explores real-time data to glean insights about consumer research, shopping and purchasing behaviors. And it gives you the ability to kind of just see what some of the trends are. And it may not be really directly related to your size of business. Often it's, that businesses that are the trends or insights that are a little higher level, like, bigger box if you're a smaller retailer, bigger box retailers. But it is a really great on trending and seeing audience insights. So then you can kind of match that with what maybe your brand and your products in a specific category. Whoops, sorry guys. My little laptop is really kind of, and you register for that. I'll go back to Think with Google. You register for that. It drops into your email box, and then you can look at it if you want to, or you can delete it, or you can unscribe. But it is kind of like if you're a little, market research kind of geek and you like to get into what are some of the trends. Often I'm looking for trends because some of my webinars that I do, I like to give out the trends for, trends in online shopping, or trends in retail, or trends in tourism-based businesses, or trends in what people are looking in the health and wellness industry. So it kind of will give you some little nuggets to kind of maybe confuse you even more. Google Keyword Planner. This is a great free tool for beginners, offering basic volume and competition data. Keyword Planner will show you the range of average monthly searches and the competition level for keywords you enter. Plus, it will suggest keywords for you to explore. Now, one of my colleagues, an advisor down in Central California, she uses this to really help her clients when they're looking at Google Ads, because it will tell you what are some of the keywords that the larger competition is using, or just even your competition in general is using. And then you can design your ad around using some of those keywords that are, making it high in the search engine optimization. Moz, I think that's how you say it, or Moz, is free with some upgrade options. It monitors your site, checks keywords. You can do keyword search and or check your site's domain authority. The free version for the tool allows up to 10 keyword queries a month, and then you can go from there. And then SEMrush has a monthly fee. It's an all-in-one marketing tool that gives you the ability to not only do your keyword research, but also help track how your site is doing, whether that's by tracking keyword positions, site analysis, backlinks. You can also use SEMrush to review organic search rankings for your keywords and see what competitors have done. So if you're really wanting to dig deep into your website, and maybe your hosting site doesn't give you the depth that you need, these are some of those tools that can help you with seeing how your website is performing, as well as give you some keywords that are really kind of, are they working for you? This is about content design. I'm going to move my name out of my top of my, here we go. So I have used Canva. I really like Canva. I find their site, very easy to navigate, very deep, a lot of options. It is free. It has limited freeness, right? They always want you to upgrade to a paid if you want more bells and whistles, or you want more detailed designs. It gives you unique images to share on your blogs, your social networks, and beyond. You can create completely unique images from scratch, or you can polish up photos that you already have on hand. And I know that there are some webinars that our Northern California network is going to be offering on just Canva 101. So if you're new to this, but it is pretty easy. I think the hardest thing is to figure out how you save it, or put text in there. And I would suggest just play with it. I really like it for creating some of those cover banners that go on your YouTube branded channel, or your LinkedIn branded channel, your company channel, or your own, even your personal profile platform. Because sometimes, those pictures that we have, or that, clip art that we've been using doesn't fit really nicely in those banner kind of demographic or measurements. And Canva can, has them categorized. You can add color, you can add text. I have even uploaded ping images and then design my post around that. Really a great tool. Unsplash, also free, and I do use this quite a bit. It has over 1 million free high resolution images that they encourage you to give credit to when you use it, but you don't have to. They've already cleared the trademark and the copyright. So if you're looking, like I often use it for just a generic post for a holiday, whether it's a winter holiday, 4th of July, the fall, and they just have some beautiful images. So if you get stuck and you just can't use one of your own images, you just forgot to take a picture of something, or you just want something a little different, go to Unsplash. And then Pixabay is the same way. It has over 1.8 million stock images and videos that you can look at. Now, the thing about that I would suggest with Unsplash and Pixabay is that you want to make sure that it relates to your audience, right? So often the pictures may be international. It may be about a city that's, in another country, and it may not relate, especially if you're like posting something up in rural California or rural America, and you've got this huge city image and you're talking about shopping local. It's just not going to it's going to be a disjointed for your audience. So you kind of want to just remember that when you're looking at these images. And then the Noun project, it is free, has more than 1 million icons that you can download, and you can even use them in Google Docs and slides. You do have to give credit. But again, sometimes when we're doing our Google slides or our PowerPoint slides, we just want something a little different than what we have available. And so we can look at using the Noun project. And these images on the right-hand side, I just am putting those in as fillers because I just don't like to have slides that it's all text, gets really boring. So the up one is Canva. That's what their homepage looks like. And then Unsplash. And I have found that Unsplash isn't working as well as with Safari browser. I use several browsers at Safari because I'm a Mac user, but then also I have Chrome for Google, and it works better on Chrome now. It might be because my Safari has not been updated and I'm not using the most updated operating system. This is again for content design, Picmonkey. I don't know who makes up these names for these, but it's a free trial, or it's $8 a month. Easy to use editing and design toolkit for creating stunning visuals. A lot of what you're seeing, and this Picmonkey on this side is showing you what some of the images and design has been used for. With video, you can create really stylish graphic designs. So you can get into that and really polish up your post. Whether you're going to do this on Twitter or you can use on one of your other social media platforms or your website, and it gives you kind of the ability then maybe to do like a carousel or a grid look, lots of different ways that you can use that. I have not personally used that. I know of several businesses that use it quite a bit, especially because they're wanting to promote their products and they want to have really professional looking images for their shop or their social media push out for promoting their shop. And they have found this to be really a valuable tool. And then Film or Go is easily one of the best high quality video editing phone apps. It allows you to quickly trim a video clip, create subtitles, text, speed up the content, add filters and overlays. And it is available on both iOS and Android. So you might want to check that out if you're doing a lot of videoing and you're going to be, wanting to edit it and push it out on Instagram or upload it to your YouTube channel. However, YouTube does have some editing features for it when you upload the video to your channel. However, I found it to be pretty cumbersome after the fact. And this is before the fact. So, you can get your raw video, and then you can go in and use Film or Go on your mobile to trim it and really, create that text and polish it up. This again, continuing with content design, because there's a lot of tools out there, and you guys may be using some that you found specific for your industry, and that's great. This first one, Magzato, I think is how you say it, is an excellent tool for making videos for your social media. It's specifically designed for social media platforms, and the company is an official partner of Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's $5 a month for the basic plan. Not bad. You could probably, go in there and stop your subscription. The Canvas photo editor is free. It's a photo editor with 90 plus effects and settings. You just upload your photo, edit it, and save it to your computer. And I find for myself, when I am really, wanting a polished content, I use my desktop more than I use my mobile, just because that's the way I am. These probably all have mobile apps if you're more of a mobile person and you're out there using your mobile more and not your desktop. But I use my desktop quite a bit, and I have found that these tools that I'm recommending that I'm using work well on desktop, but they all have mobile options. And then Visio is great for infographics and business visualizations for free in seconds. So again, if you're doing a lot of, kind of basic webinars and you've seen these infographics, you're trying to take a whole bunch of data and try to condense it into one piece, PDF piece that then you want to upload on your LinkedIn company or your personal page, then there you have it. You can use this. It'll help you with the infographics and charts and things like that. It gives you more option than just maybe your Excel does. So check them out. Okay, videos and images, really key. Moment is the marketplace for photographers and filmmakers. I am including this because it has not only tools but it also has equipment, and equipment is so key because if you're going to be doing a lot of videoing, you're going to want to have those kind of tools that help, whether it's a tripod or it's a lens condenser for your iPhone or your Android, or you're going to get more into actually making longer, reels and things, and you're going to use a much more different type of equipment. This also has, Shop Moment has also some great tutorials. It has trends, it has some education. So I just like to recommend that one. Then Snapseed, again, free photo editing applications developed by Google. Gotta love Google, to enhance photos and apply digital filters. Lightroom, I know that there's several of my colleagues have used Lightroom. It really is for helping capturing, editing, and sharing your photos, as well as you can organize your photos using Lightroom. And then Adobe Spark is online and mobile graphic design. And that is what this is over here. It's an Adobe, Adobe product. So you're going to be using that with, your Adobe software or products. And so these are for videos and images, kind of helping organize, edit again. Content planning. Okay, so because Google is so powerful and provides so many great free tools, apps, platforms, Google Drive is one that I would suggest if you're a smaller, business or organization and you need to share documents between individuals, that the Google Drive is a really, really valuable free platform. You have to have, you have to have a Gmail to log in. Doesn't mean you have to use your Gmail all the time, but you have to be able to, get into the Google apps, and you have to do that through a Gmail. So you can collaborate documents in real time, organize content, keep track of content. And for example, this webinar, when I save it as a PDF, this PowerPoint presentation, it can be large. So I upload it into the Google Drive that I then share with Emily here at the SBDC, and then she can pull it down. And you have various ways that you can share documents. You can give full access so they can edit it. You can give it just so they can visualize it. Often organizations will use the Google Drive to link it to a document that they then post out on their social media platform, or they post it to their team so they can go in and start editing. It'll upload into the Google Docs. So the Google Drive, you can have it your own drive, and then you can share drives with other people. And I do believe that we have a webinar on how to use the Google Drive. I'm not sure if it's from our SBDC, but again, very really free content planning tool. Trello is also a project management tool that makes it easy to plan content by dragging tasks between columns. You can create unlimited project boards with a free count. So if you have a team and you have a lot of projects going, and your team is assigned to different, and I know that a lot of service-based businesses, or like architect companies and construction companies that have a lot of different team members coordinating things, they will use Trello. And then Dropbox. Now, Dropbox is kind of that thing that not a lot of people think about very often, but again, it's like Google Drive. It's cloud sharing service. You don't have to have a Gmail, so it's not a Google platform. But the Dropbox, you get free first 2 gigs, safely encrypted, so you don't have to be concerned about data being stolen. And I have used Dropbox in the past before we switched over here at the SBDC to Google. And so the Dropbox is another way, especially if you have large documents. That's what the value of Google Drive is too. You can upload large documents and share it, because it's not going to go through your email. And when it goes through your email, sometimes it gets lost, you can't find it. And then if you are, sharing among your team to edit different documents, then which one was the most edited one, right? Yeah, key. Scoop It. This is a content curation. This is for finding and sharing unique, relevant content to your social networks, your blogs. And Scoop It is one of them. It's free with some upgrades options. Freely starts at $6 a month. You can choose all of the different blogs, publications, topics that you're interested in, and the platform aggregates all of them into recent content for those sites into a feed you can monitor. So if you're looking for, because as we're talking about marketing, and if you're using any of the social media platforms, I am one that always says you need to be posting at least, sharing at least 3 to 4 times a week. Well, that gets really hard to continuously create organic content. So sometimes we're pulling down blogs from about our industry, or sharing that with our customers to educate them about the value of the products or services, why we're balancing it with organic content that we're creating. And then Google Alerts. And I do use this for a couple of my clients, that we are tracking specific things, and you put in what you want to track with the name, like historic preservation, or a specific, historic preservation in California. And then anything with those keywords that pop up will come in as an alert that this has been mentioned. Now, a lot of times it's nothing relevant to your organization or your business, but it'll at least give you a kind of a starting point to see what's making the media. And it's easy you can have quite a few of them. It's free. You get it in your emails. You can, change your keywords that you are tracking or you're wanting to, stay and track of, and, go from there. Social media management. Okay, so there's TweetDeck, which is free when you manage multiple Twitter accounts. That's your scheduling feature for Twitter. If you're using Twitter and you have several handles, because you're managing several different aspects, you got, you're doing it for, if you say you're an organization and you're really tracking certain key types of topics, and you're in charge of that, and you so you're you have those different handles, then this is where you want to kind of look at managing it. Hootsuite, which is offers a free trial, but then it starts at 29 months, and this enables you to manage your social networks, whether they're Twitter, social, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I think they do all of them across one platform. So you can look at it and see what you've got scheduled when. You can engage with your different audiences, and you can measure the return on investment and the dashboard. And I know that quite a few companies will use Hootsuite when you're managing quite a few different social media platforms. Buffer is another one. It allows you to schedule social media posts across a variety of popular networks. Now, the last two that I have here on the screen, Facebook was a little slow getting their head around this, but now Meta with Facebook, Meta Business Suite finally has a place where you go in and you schedule your post, your content, and it has a planner piece that they just added where you can see what you've got scheduled for Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, their products. It's only for Facebook products, but you can then look at Meta Business Suite. You can look at it per platform. Now, Creator Studio gives you the ability that brings all the tools together. So, for example, I manage about 7 different Facebook platforms pages for 7 different clients. When I go into Meta Business Suite, and I have to access it just for one of my Facebook pages, I am managing, Lani, managing this page for this specific client. Creator Studio is one step above that, and it gives you all of your pages in one place where then you can choose which one you want to look at and create, and then you don't have to go back out and come back in again. So it's again, look at both of them. It is something you're going to have to get accustomed to, especially for scheduling content, because you cannot schedule it directly from your feed anymore. So these are 2 of the new suites from Facebook and Instagram. And if you are using one or 1 or 2 of those platforms, then you're going to want to get familiar with both of those, those management sites. Customer service, I mentioned a little bit about this. Some of you this may not be relevant to your type of business, but it is definitely relative to a lot of businesses with live chat. It's free trial. I wonder if that should be live chat, not life chat. Just looking at that thinking, might need to correct that. It is live chat. Gotta love, spell check. Even for the worst speller, it doesn't always catch everything. So it's live chat. And free trial starts at $16 a month. If you want to, the basic plan, the passive chat box that lives on your page, your website, lets your potential customers reach right out to some of your service reps, helping you answer questions. Now you got to have somebody on the back end that's in tune with that live chat or life chat. I like the live chat, to be able to respond to that. I think they probably have some automatic responses if you're away that, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Because if people choose that live chat and it says it's available 24/7, it better be available 24/7 somehow. And then Zendesk also provides a suite of tools that you can get your support team up and responding to all your customer needs. So those are two of the types of communication channels and customer service. Now, direct messages that come from, DMs that come from Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, same kind of idea. When they say, oh, well, just DM me, those are immediate. And best practices for social media and marketing is always to respond to anything that you put out there, that if you have any questions, respond, just direct messages. If you have those activated, be ready to respond quickly. We are very impatient nowadays, and we're very impatient when we pick up the phone and we get on, for customer service, press 1. Sorry, all of our customer service reps are busy. They'll get back to you and your waits, hours. So when you have these built into your actual virtual marketing, make sure you can respond quickly. E-commerce tools, lots out there. I'm not going to go in detail. We have several great webinars on the Shasta-Cascade YouTube channel. There's lots of the ones that we've done that go into much more depth about the e-commerce tools. Shopify, of course, is one that's very recognized. It has a 14-day trial, very easy to interface to create your website and using the shopping cart solution to sell, ship, and manage. And there is the link to the YouTube channel that one of our advisors did on Shopify. WooCommerce is another one that is built on WordPress and then Squarespace. And I'm not recommending one over the other. I'm just letting you know that these are some of the basic e-commerce templates and sites for you to launch and have a commerce site or have a shopping site. Facebook also has a shop where you can shop right off the platform. Right off, Facebook, or you don't have to have an e-commerce website, or you can use it and link it to your e-commerce site. Email marketing, I'm a big believer in that. You've got to be doing email marketing. First thing first, start capturing emails in any form you can, and then you may want to consider a third-party program like Constant Contact or MailChimp. Again, we have another webinar that's there that goes into the differences. You may have one built right into your website, or you're using another one. These are the two most familiar. Constant Contact has a 60-day free trial. And then MailChimp offers a free subscription with some very limited features. So if you're just starting out and you want to just, get a place where you want to house all your emails and start to segment them of how you collected them, who your audience is, save your templates, use templates that are designed for you, I would suggest you explore some type of program for your email marketing campaigns. On the right-hand side, this is an example of what an organization up in Trinity County, their Arts Council, and they use, I think this is through Constant Contact, and they use it quite a bit to push out all of the activities that are happening up in the county under the arts and cultural, activities, whatever they're wanting to promote with arts and culture. And it's yesterday I was meeting with someone and they said, well, I don't really want to create an email marketing because I don't want it to go out to everybody, and people get tired of it. And I'm like, don't make that decision for your customers. Email marketing drops right into their email box. They subscribe to it and they can always unsubscribe. The value of some of these third-party programs, my charger keeps falling out here, is that it has all of the legal language built into it. So you don't have to worry about that. And it gives the ability for folks to unsubscribe. The challenge is you have to create the content, just like any of our social media marketing tools or our marketing tools. Woobox, this is creates powerful contests, sweepstakes, coupons, and more to grow your fans and amplify your marketing. So if you're really wanting to push out some more of those kind of coupons and contests, this might be one that you might want to look at. Of course, Bitly is free with upgrade options. And of course, this takes your long link and brings it down to a small little link that then could be embedded into your email marketing, onto your website, into your PDFs that you're pushing out through LinkedIn, all of those places where you want that live link to then go to the document or the page that maybe was from Google Docs or somewhere. It's really long. So it helps you minimize and shorten so you can easily share that. SurveyMonkey, I use this a lot because I am a consultant that does market research for other clients, community engagement, surveying the community on certain topics. You may want to, maybe survey your customers on their satisfaction over a period of a year on the different products. Maybe you're looking at bringing more products in. Maybe you're looking at rebranding your website. Maybe you're looking at relocating somewhere or a second shop, and you want to get more input from your customer base. So SurveyMonkey offers a free with limited features. I think you can get 10 questions. But if you're wanting more detail, again, it's a third-party program, sits outside of your hard drive. Anybody with your login, excuse me, can access it. And if you have a team, there's some great options for team plans, but you can create beautiful surveys, very professional looking, all different kinds of variety of ways to ask the questions. And then once the survey is closed, it does the analysis for you, gives you charts, spits it out, does all that hard work. This is an example of a community in Lincoln that they did. We did a survey for their businesses and property owner survey. And this is what it looks like. You just give them a link, send out a link to your customer base or your client base, and then that link takes them to SurveyMonkey and then SurveyMonkey. And it's confidential. You can make it so you don't even pull down the IP of the computer. You can make it, has all kinds of features in different ways that you can, only one person can apply. You can leave it open, all kinds of features. I could probably do a webinar just on SurveyMonkey. YouTube Music, this is free. So royalty-free stock music library, and you can add your music to your videos. Spout Social, I like Spout Social, always up-to-date guides to social media video specs. This is a free one that I have here for you because it will give you, this is an example over here for what those video ad specs need to be for your specific social media platforms. But Sprout Social has all kinds of guides for all kinds of different marketing platforms. And then Grammarly, edit your content. You can write in the program, paste content, use their extension to help edit your content. I probably should use that for my live chat, right? Here are some tools. These are some tools for you to either use to create and sell online platform for creating, marketing, and selling your digital products. Teachable, again, a place for online courses and coaching. So if you are wanting to do that and you wanted to get it out, this is a site that you may want to consider. And then Udemy is the world's largest selection of courses. You can choose from online video courses. So if you're looking at expanding your skill set, same with Skillshare. These are online communities with thousands of classes for creating, for topics for illustration, design, photography, freelancing. So if you can't find it on our Shasta-Cascade YouTube channel, and it's not a webinar we did, but you want to go dive deeper into all of the ins and outs of a specific video freelancing, these are great courses, and they're all pretty reasonable. They both have free classes with limited And then I'm going to wrap it up before we go into questions or sharing what you might have found valuable. And this is an old-fashioned book. And back when the pandemic first hit, I was taking a course through one of our colleagues down in the Bay Area, and he shared this valuable book that changed the way that he sells, that he does copy that sells. And he says this book on how to write copy that sells. He says, you know, it's only a book. You can't get it online. You can't read it online, but he said it's really worth the investment. So I want to share that with you. And it's a step-by-step system for more sales to more customers. And it's all about the value and how to write really good copy. So anyways, that's where you can get it on ablebooks.com. Sorry about that, guys. And so Emily, I do see we have quite a few comments in the chat. Is there anything there that someone wanted to share or specifically have a question about a digital tool they've used, or a question about one that I may have mentioned before we start to wrap it up?
Yeah, someone made a comment that so some features not included in the free Canva package can also be found in the free Pixar package.
Oh, good.
So,
Good to know.
So definitely check that out.
Okay.
If anyone else has any questions or comments, go ahead and put that in the chat. So far, everyone's just been thanking you, Lani.
Oh, good. There's so many out there. I just know I'm probably, when I update this presentation next year, I'll see what else is new. And, you know, like TikTok just happened in the last year or two. So, you know, we don't, some of the tools maybe there or even need to be updated. All right, does anybody have anything a favorite tool that they found? And even if it's an app, please share that with us. And
yeah, so someone said that they use Video Leap and Pixel Cut for social media.
I'm going to write those down. I see they're in the, I'm just going to screenshot the old. Okay, great. And what recommendations has the best automation? Automation being pushing it out. That's a really great question. I don't know how to answer that. I think if anybody that is on this call is using a tool for automation, are you like thinking scheduling or just having it come out, you know, so it's just automatic, like your post, or are you wanting it for prospecting? Not quite sure. Yeah, I heard Hootsuite is trouble for automatic too. So maybe if you're, you know, looking at using Twitter, maybe look at tweets, you know, their tweet deck. Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp is all in one, and I have found no problems with it. They come out, and actually, if you are using those social media platforms and you have joined as a page different groups, the groups also come up, and you can select up to 3 groups to automatically post. Thank you, Emily, for putting that in there. And I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll just wrap up, and you can do your finisher.
Okay. So yes, we are going to send a copy of the slides as well as the recording. So we'll send that out in the next couple of business days. So here's some information to contact us. You can see we are on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. And then I also put in the link to our YouTube channel in the chat. And then, yeah, so if you are located outside of our service area in Northern California, you can go to the America's SBDC website to find your local center. I'll go ahead and put that in the chat as well. So yeah, so there's a SBDC center that serves every county in the United States, as well as Puerto Rico and Guam, I believe. So definitely great resources for local players. Did I miss anything, Lani?
No, I think just the survey that you're going to be sending out.
Yeah, so go ahead and put this in the chat. This survey helps us out, lets us know what you guys need, how we did, how we can improve. Yeah, so it's very helpful to us. If you could fill that out, I'll also send the link when I send out the recording, just in case you don't click on it now.
Okay. No, I don't have anything else. I just really appreciate everybody taking the hour out of their time to let me share the little bit of knowledge I have about the 25 plus free to low cost marketing tools. So many out there. And so my recommendation is find one that works for you. Just remember to think about it in the context of what you're trying to achieve and the strategy that you have with that marketing tool or your marketing tactic. And don't be afraid to play with it, experiment. All of these places have great tutorials. You can go deeper into it. And then we are, if you're in Shasta or Trinity County, we're always there for no cost free advising for for-profit businesses. As well as we can have the access to other specialists in Northern California if we can't find it in our own region. So take advantage of that. And other than that, have a great Thursday. Looking forward to the weekend. It's the last weekend in July 2022. We're heading into August. So thank you, Emily, as always, for hosting, and I'll see everybody next time.